Welcome to this video. I'm going to show you how to use my new CAD to Centroid Acorn program. I just recently bought this program. I was using Mark III, which was very good for me, but I needed something better. And I found that Acorn filled that spot. As you can see here, you have drawing help. If you click on that, you got examples, 2 examples. This is how you draw. It tells you what quadrant and all that. So that's some help there. And the other one looks like this. Just kind of look at these and it'll explain a few things. On the setup, up here on the red, this is what the machine, controller, and the diameter mode and the units are set for now. You don't have to do nothing if this is what you need. You only got one choice here with Centroid Acorn. So, but what you do if you wanted to change the modes for units and X mode, click on Setup. Here's instructions if you read them. Here's the setup here. This is my destination folder. I didn't add a folder, but I just put everything on my desktop. You can add a folder by what if you read the past instructions. Clicking on Browse, you would select whatever you want. I selected my desktop and it put that on. Let's get rid of this. I'll show you how that works. Okay, Browse. Select the desktop. Okay, there it is. I'm going to create that folder. It's created. It's on C, Users, on the desktop. Okay, then you only have one choice here. If you want to change the units from inch to metric, just select it. I use inch, so I select that. Then the X mode, I always use diameter. You can use radius if you prefer it. On the spindle rotation, clockwise is usually M03. If you was running a back tool post, you probably use this one, M04. So this is a front tool post setup. Save it. It's saved to a .ini file that you can change. Over here, we have the turn calculator, which calculates what you see down at the bottom here. So if you clicked on this, and the example I'm going to show you has a 1/2 inch diameter. Actually, you don't need the whole ID on this one. Calculate, there's the RPM. The inches per minute, say we want to go about 10 thousandths per revolution. So let's say 12 inches a minute. There it is, 10,000. And calculate the inches per minute, which I'm in. You could change it here by doing that. So anyways, I'm going to save this, and this is what I get. It'll all be input here, so if you don't want to change anything here, you can bypass this. This is just to start with, you know, RPMs and all that. You can change it. Over here we have the tool number. So I happen to use 13 because in Centroid Acorn's tool setup, 13 is a cutoff tool I use for profiling. But as it stands now, you can change that to 01 or whatever you have. And the tool comment, actually, it depends upon the profile. If you want to get into deep spaces, then you use this 35-degree straight one. If it's you can use a 35 right hand or left. the CAD2Acorn will take care of all that if you enter the nose radius and the nose vector. I suggest you look at the what the nose vector is and what the nose radius is in CenturyLink's help. CenturyLink, I mean Centroid. Pardon me. Okay, going on here. The stock diameter that I'm going to use for the DXF file that I'm going to use is it's a 1/2 inch diameter stock. You could make that a little bit, let's say 20 thousandths over for Acorn. So, and then the stock length is actually the machining part's about 1 inch, so I left a 1/2 inch so that I could cut it off. Okay, the next step is the start position. The start position is usually is the lead-in from the DXF file, and also the Z start position is from the DXF file. I'll show you that on the DXF drawing. The next is the rough cut and the retract. Then you have the start number and end number for G71, because we're going to be using CAN cycles, and we're going to use 4 of them. We're going to use G71 and G70, G42, and G41. Okay, for the OD, we're going to use G42 comp mode, and we're going to use G41 for ID for boring. And then the coolant is normally off. Click it to turn it on, and then you can select either or. Okay, now getting back to this, we have the X finish cut and the Z finish cut. And then you save it, save to file. Now we open our DXF, but I'm going to show you that in the options CAD program. I have not selected one, so I have to go select my. Now you can add your CAD program here by what I'm going to show you for putting mine in. Over here I have an icon for QCAD, if I can find it. Where the heck did it go? Got it? There it is. Okay. So I right click on the icon. Here it is here. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Alright, here it is right here. Now all I gotta do is copy and paste this into this. Paste, exit that, run this. QCAD's coming up. The file I'm going to show you, I can't get it all on this screen, but I'm going to select, I got to open it, and then I'm going to select, you can see it here. I'll bring it in, okay. I'm going to select the pawn, lathe pawn, right here. Now this is the example. Whoops, come back. I have several examples in that file, but I like this one to explain it. Okay, now this is the lead-in right here. And if you go over here, you'll see that the lead-in starts at 100 thousandths and wire 0. That's what we added in our program. So I'll get out of this now and we'll convert it. Okay, I don't need this anymore. Now I go over here and I open it. I got to select desktop, and it's in Acorn over here, the one I just showed you. This one. Okay, I save it as, I can save it as a default, or I can change it to lathe pawn. Okay, and the extension is NC. You can change that, but I like that. Save it. Next thing is you just click this and it's done. Well, wait a minute. On the block diameters, if you had more things you want to add, you could change these, but you don't really have to if you're just doing a profile. And the next one, this is the G70. Okay, it's done. But it doesn't look like it saved it to what I want. This is a little big. I don't know why that's big. Here's the G code. As you can see, for Acorn, you need to establish this part of it, but my program does it for you. This is for the screen that shows you the picture of the way it's going to run. So my diameter was, this is the radius. They use the radius. The diameter was a half an inch, and I added. Did I add 20 thousandths to it? Yeah, I added 20 to it. And there's the inch and a half. That's the same. This is radius. Then it has where I got it from. File name. It didn't change the file name because that's the default. So I could change that in the program if I wish right now. Okay, so looking at the program, there's the comments. Now the stock length from the face of the jaw is sticking out an inch and a half. That's so we can cut it off and not worry about crashing into the chuck. Okay? Now this G28 is, I already established my tool change position. So it will go to my tool change position at the end of the program. Down here, it'll go back to the and rewind. This okay. I'll show you the other parts of this. There's the this is 13.0. That's a tool change. So on the screen, it'll come up to change to tool 13. If this is here. Okay. So there's the lead-in, the tool. G42 OD turn. G71, this is the roughen. This is the retract. This is the finish on X and Z. Then we get into, here's the profile that the DX created. Here's G70. It's going to do the finish pass with the 10 thousandths. And then the compensation is G40 is the can cycles off. M5, the spindle's off after it goes to Z position. And then that's it. There's the file. All you got to do is run it in CAD2Acorn. Now, if you don't, you can use this in conjunction with this. But if you don't have a CAD program, you can try this. This will create DXFs. You can go to help. You got help. There's one example. Here's another one. Here's another one. There's 3 of them. This one is like a lathe handle or whatever you want to do it. You can add anything down here. I added a lead out, a lead in. Okay. You just input that data here by following the instructions, and then you can open it in your CAD program to check it out or change it. This is if you make a mistake, you can start over. This is the default DXF file, lathe writer. Help examples, I showed you. Here's your maths help. You have right triangles. Just enter the input. You got an oblique triangle, which you will use in this example here. This is the oblique triangle right here. It's calculated for this length. Okay. Then you got a calculator. Well, it's a Windows calculator. Okay. I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching this video.